Dear Bears, as lifelong Bears fans, we'd like to extend our deepest, most heartfelt gratitude for your recent public service, snapping us back to reality. After a beautiful, confusing 4-game win streak in which we briefly believed we were a competent football team, you kindly reminded us who we really are. We almost started getting hopeful. We almost started smiling. Some of us even said the words playoff picture out loud. That's on us. Thanks for correcting that situation. We know it took effort to bring things crashing back down. The penalties, the questionable play calling, the sudden disappearance of offense. Truly, you delivered. Some teams strive for greatness. You strive for balance. Every high must be followed by a swift, well-timed faceplant just to keep the fan base humble. So thank you, Chicago Bears. Thank you for protecting us from optimism. Thank you for keeping our expectations grounded. Thank you for making sure we'll never feel too comfortable, too confident, or too happy for more than 1 month at a time. We wouldn't know what to do with the sustained success anyways. With love, frustration, and unwavering loyalty, Bears fans everywhere. Yeah. Welcome
to that intro.
Yeah. Woo. Woo. Ow. Welcome. 33 of you jumped in here fast. Thanks for visiting. Here we go.
Welcome back, everybody. Midweek show. Talking about the Ravens. Let's get it.
Just kick us off. Start us off.
Well, I think the intro might have touched a lot of heartstrings out there. Very heartfelt, man. It's the only bad thing about having expectations. They're out there for you to just punch you in the face sometimes. And
absolute face plant.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened this past week. So the 30 or so that have joined us so far, the ones to join us in the future, welcome. Feel free to jump in here, guys. This is a time of healing right now. Okay.
Yes.
Hopefully some of these good healing vibes could transfer over to our wide receiver room, but let's get it started from here, man. Yeah. Where do we want to start? There's so much to talk about this past game. The fact that we have expectations, the fact that we said the P word, maybe I should take some of the heat here. I think I was the one that said it first. Did I jinx us?
No, there was a million other Bears fans out there who were also jinxed us.
Oh, okay. So at least misery has company. I'm glad.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. So, that's like our moniker as a Bears fandom is misery loves company. Come on. Jump on. Come on. You're from London. Come on. Go. Bring it in. Let's go. Take a knee with us. Come on. No, we could really almost start anywhere. Also, too, anytime you guys want to chat, throw it in the comments, and we'll pull you up on the board and talk about what you want to talk about. But I guess for me, one of the very first things that I noticed right after the game, and we'll say the next day going into Monday, is yet again Bears fans are not all, yes, are just like you know, Caleb's got to go. That's it. But it's Bajan time.
Tyson.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Ben
guys,
Johnson sucks. Ryan Poles can't put together a team with any depth.
It's so much of an overreaction that, again, and I know there is going to be a threshold. So I keep beating this drum every week. It's only been 7 games with Caleb and Ben Johnson, that union. 7 games. Let's take it easy. If you remember Ben Johnson's first 7 games with Jared Goff, they went 1-6. Okay, we're 4-3. We're ahead of the game, baby. Let's just settle down. And I'll never bring up this guy's name. I won't bring it up. I'll just say RELAX. Okay,
that's it. That's where we got to be. And to put this into perspective, guys, by now, if you haven't figured it out, I live north of the border behind enemy lines. And 50 miles to the north is Lambeau Field for me. Okay. So now you have an idea where I'm at. I'm in Wisconsin. Okay. I'm an Illinois transplant in Wisconsin. And the banter that was on local sports radio after the Packers lost to the Browns, 10 times worse than this. So good job not jumping into the Packer mold and the Packer fan idiosyms that they have out there.
All right.
Like they wanted to fire everybody. Michael Parsons is a bust. LaFleur needs to go. Defensive coordinator Hatley needs to go. This whole offense sucks. Jordan Love sucks. And now that they've been winning, everything is all sunshine and rainbows. Talk about fair weather fans. We're not nearly that bad. Trust me. Having to listen to local sports radio up here. So I have a little bit more insight about, the enemy than maybe some other people do, because I listen to it every day to and from work. And it has that local spin on it. But jumping into local Chicago media and following them on X, some of the pundits, like, they went off the handle this week. And I get it. We talked about it in the intro. We have expectations. So there's a reason why this team, our fan base, is pissed, because this team has expectations. And it was set up for them to win this game. Even though the score was 30-16, this game was winnable.
Oh, yeah.
Go back and you fix a few things, and the bottom graphic says it all, X's and woes. You don't have to look any further than the first quarter. How different would that game look? And we've been harping on it all freaking year so far. Not turning drives into 7, but settling field goals.
Yeah. We can't have that. You gotta score touchdowns. You can't. That could have been 14-0 to start that game and feel a little bit better going into the rest of the game. But I knew at 6-0, I was like, this game's
wide open.
Yeah, this is not boding well for the rest of this game. And sure enough, it came back and bit us in the ass, because you got to score touchdowns.
We all knew it. Everybody was in the exact same mindset that you were. Okay, 6 points after a quarter that we dominated. Caleb Williams looked like the second coming of Johnny Unitas or whoever. I mean, he started off the game on fire. I thought Ben Johnson's first quarter play calling was brilliant.
Yeah,
to get Caleb going.
That's kind of a trend that I've been noticing, is actually his first 15 scripted.
His script,
is great. It's great. It's just after that it starts to flutter a little bit, but yeah.
I think you saw it with the Saints. Like, I don't think the way that the script was written for the Saints, it didn't get Caleb into the same type of rhythm that Ravens game did, because he was connecting with Rome. It almost worked to the detriment, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that will agree with us. He got locked into Rome, and it seemed like whenever he was in trouble, whenever he needed a big play, it was Rome or nothing.
Right. I mean, that's good to see that connection, but you don't want to wear that shit out, because I think there was a couple throws he threw. I mean, Rome's getting double teamed at that point because they know that the kid likes to go to Rome. And again, that's great to have that connection, but there's other weapons on the team.
Yeah. So the breakout, Rome went 7 catches for 114 yards.
Yeah, that's good.
The next closest receiver, DJ, 4 for 73. I mean, he threw for 285, but 0 touchdowns. Yeah. Damn, man.
Yeah, that hurts. That's a kick in the nuts.
Yeah, you convert on those first 2 drives, this thing gets rolling. We could speculate all we want, and this could be completely irrelevant because we don't know what had happened. But at the same point in time, you start taking Derrick Henry out of the game. Huntley's got to start doing more. And let's be honest, Huntley, what is he, like an 8-year vet? Mm-hmm. So he wasn't somebody new to this. He's been doing this role for years with the Ravens. I think he took a 1-year hiatus with the Dolphins. He was one of the 8,000 quarterbacks the Browns had in preseason camp before they drafted everybody and their brother and brought everybody in. So he got released. So the Ravens are like, hell, he knows our team better than half of our staff because he's been here longer.
Right.
So he was able to come in and pick right up.
He really did. I'll tell you what, there was he was hitting his receivers, and the guy, I hate being right about all the wrong things. I've said on Twitter, if the Bears don't get to him, don't fluster him, put their guard down even for a second, that he'd pop off. And he popped off. I mean, again, I don't think he stat stuffed that day, but he did enough to beat us, and he would use his legs when he needed to. He found an escape route right up the middle of the pocket, and it was like, oh my God. He looked
his legs killed us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I hate to say this every week about the opposing quarterback, but why do their quarterbacks look better than our quarterback?
Mm-hmm. So Huntley, like you said, very pedestrian passing numbers.
Yeah.
17 for 22 for a $186, a touchdown, was sacked twice. One of them was pretty early too. And then he ran the ball, which was probably more effective and the thing that gave the Bears the most trouble. 8 times for 53 yards with a long of 29.
Man, oh man. Yeah.
I mean, Derrick Henry, other than the 2 touchdowns, he didn't have a spectacular day. If you were to tell me Derrick Henry's going to rush 21 times for 71 yards, I would have taken that. Unfortunately, he's got 2 scores to go with it.
Yeah,
might not have taken that.
Yeah, there was a bigger enemy to the Bears on Sunday against the Ravens. We gotta stop with the fucking penalties. Like it has to stop at some time. Stop the bleeding. Like we're like one of the most penalized teams in the league. 11, I think we had against the Ravens. 11. It's at some point you gotta do something. Talk with the players. How long do you gotta beat it into the players? At some point, the players themselves need to police themselves and take care of it internally amongst themselves.
Yeah. Bears technically second worst penalized in the league behind Jacksonville, averaging just a shade over 9 penalties a game. 9.
Ugh.
Averaging. So that means we had a few games. I can't remember a game that they had less than 5. Yeah, and you talked about the Ravens. We're at 11.
11.
Hey, we talked about it last week. 100 yards equals 7 points. At this point, with the fact that our offense is constantly behind the sticks, the run game erased some of that over the previous 2 games before the Ravens, and the fact that we were able to run it so well. But this last week, you just couldn't overcome them. In the Saints game, they gave the other team 3 out of 4 first downs in their first quarter were on penalties.
Yeah. It's not good. One thing that really really shined against the Ravens was the fact that all the weeks prior, our 4-game win streak was all due to the turnovers we were getting. We play against the Ravens, we got 0 turnovers, and we turned back into a pumpkin and go, yeah, there you go. That's what happens. All the turnovers our defense was getting was kind of masking all the mistakes the offense was doing and having. Like, so when you play against a team that didn't turn the ball over, that's who we were
Right.
the whole time with no turnovers. That's what we get.
It masked the offensive inefficiency to punch it in the red zone by far, because those turnovers were leading to most of the time field goals. So 12 points, 12-point swing in a game.
Yeah.
Didn't translate into touchdowns, and the time that we needed the offense to score the touchdowns, it wasn't there. Caleb, 2 weeks in a row not throwing a passing touchdown. How is in this offense? If he's not throwing touchdowns, boys, we're going to be in for a long season.
Yes, sir. Yep.
I love rushing inside the red zone, but God bless America, man. We got to be able to throw it in there too.
Mm-hmm. Especially with the weapons that we have. The offensive line is pretty darn good. He's holding the ball a little still. I forgot what he was at, 3.1.
Yeah,
average.
He was
He's
one of the
holding
highest in the league.
But it's just these penalties, man. And I know I was reading on Twitter today that the coaching staff is implementing some unorthodox ways to try to tighten that up and clean that up. And on an Everything Bears show, the 37-year here, we got some exclusive footage of what they're doing, because they didn't say in the press conference, but somebody snuck a camera in the locker room, and
we got into 1920.
Here's a look into the unorthodox thing they're doing to clean up the penalties from the offensive line.
Brought to you here first. Poor Theo.
That'll do it, okay? That'll straighten them right up. All right? False start one more time. I double dog dare you.
We're going to change out the soap in the pillowcase to pool balls. Keep doing it. Chicago, 26th in the league in offensive red zone efficiency. But how bad would that have been if we didn't have the last 2 weeks where we were somewhat efficient rushing the ball in? Hey, not good.
Well, so that's kind of don't want to branch too far, but that what you just said right there, didn't see too much DeAndre Swift. Maybe he was a little more banged up than what they led us to believe.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you, man. Watching that game, with how many times he carried the ball in the last 2 weeks, even against the Saints, he had a pretty decent amount. But this last game, 11 carries.
Yeah.
I wish I could break that down by quarter, but I would assume most of that was in the third and fourth.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing him a whole lot in the first quarter.
Yeah, the first half, actually. I saw a lot of Kyle Monangai, but not too much Swift. And it was like, oh, maybe he is a little banged up. And we've seen him a little bit more in the second half, I think, because the offense couldn't really get anything going. So they're like, hey, you feel all right to go in? Kickstart a drive here. Come on.
Yeah.
And,
Monangai only ended up with 7 rushes. Again, I think that is part of the situation that the Bears were in. And if you look at that first half, they were throwing the ball all over the field. They moved in between the 20s without any issues.
Yeah, they were moving. Yeah.
And then they bogged down. And the kid finally threw an interception that broke the team's back. The first one that I can remember, and granted, last year is a blur, and we weren't in any of those games.
I don't even
but
count
this
that.
interception was the first one where I was like, oh,
yeah,
like backbreaker.
Yeah, bad place to throw a pick.
Yeah,
from your own 10-yard line. Woo!
Yep, changed the tide. And we talked about it. He was locked into Rome. I think Rome's become the safety blanket. Ben Johnson said that there was another option that was Monangai underneath. We all saw it. We've all seen it.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the script and how comfortable Caleb was throwing it down the field. Maybe the script's got to change where you got a few built-in checkdowns to keep them looking deep to short, deep to short, deep to short. Deep's not there. Check it down. I put a lot of this at Caleb's feet. The fact that we didn't score, and this is going to be one of the first times I'm really being critical on the kid. He needs to be better. 2 weeks in a row, no passing touchdowns. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Could have changed the momentum. He did pull it down, and he started using his legs. I like that part of the game. That puts so much pressure on the defense.
Yeah.
But he's got to be better, man. He's got to finish drives. He's got to have that fire. I don't want to see him go back to the fucking bench and sulk on the sidelines. I want him to be pissed off. I want to see him throw a fucking Microsoft Surface across the sideline.
There you go.
Like the old Tom Brady, right?
Yeah.
Fire up, kid.
Yeah.
Shit.
But you're right, man. There's a lot of, two things can be true in terms of, I'm not a Bears fan that's like, bench him. See, he's a bust. He sucks. Blah, 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 blah. But in the same regard, I can also, in fairness, say what you just said. Like, you got to be better, kid. You got to be better. I don't know. I think he knows it. Yeah, he knows. Well, they're not winning games. He's throwing interceptions to no touchdowns. That's not typical Caleb play. Caleb is usually the other. He's got more touchdowns than interception ratio. So for him to throw no touchdowns but interceptions in the last 2 games, I'm sure he knows, but I just don't know. That's because I'm not a quarterback whisperer. I don't know what, but I'm assuming Ben Johnson knows what to do. Yeah. He's coaching him, I'm sure.
The sky is falling scenario, if you saw the thumbnail to the video, we've heard it all week. We got to put this into perspective. That was the 7th game that they played in this offense. It can't be a master of it. Not yet. No. I'm sure they only have, I bet you they have less than 50% of the playbook installed overall at this point.
Yeah. And that is so in an infantile state, right? Because yesterday, it popped up on my recommendeds on YouTube. Big Cat, and pardon my take, Barstool Sports interviewed, and this interview's 2-3 years old. They interviewed Aaron Rodgers. And I watched it. I watched it years ago when it happened, but I rewatched it yesterday. And they asked Aaron Rodgers, hey, at what point did the game finally click for you and you said, aha, like I got this? And Aaron Rodgers gave the best fucking answer. And it correlated to me with Caleb's current situation, right? Because he's learning a new offense. They're only 7 games in. This shit takes time. And even Aaron Rodgers said it took time for him. When he started to look at the game, because he said, when you're running an offense and you're early on, you're spending so much time with this play has motion. This guy needs to be lined up there. This is what the routes look like. You're very little looking at the defense until everything on your side of the ball is all set up. And then now you're like, okay, now I see the defense snap the ball, try to react and do it. He said when he finally memorized the playbook and everything that was happening on the offensive side of the ball kind of stopped for him, he started to play on the other side of the ball. And he's like, that's when it happened. I lined up. Everybody knows what they're doing. And the motions are going, and he could watch the defense. He said when he was not playing from the other side of the ball, that's when it clicked. And I'm like, well, shit, Caleb's got some time to go before that. because I know he's thinking about, wait, this guy's supposed to be lined up here. This motion goes there. You have 3 different fucking plays on every play. You've got a screen out of a play, you've got a run option, and then you've got the pass play that the coach called in. Like, you're thinking about all these things, and you've got seconds to do it. We need to, the sky's not falling, folks. We just give it some time, okay? If they planted the seed, just got to give it a little water, little sunshine.
Yeah, to piggyback off of that, if you're a player and you're thinking about what you have to do on every play, and that's not just automatic, like you said, you're not looking necessarily at the defense. And I'm sure several of these routes have option routes in, out, even you're leaving. If he's dropping, you're stopping, all those wide receiver rules, right?
Yeah.
If you're too worried about, okay, I can only take this motion 3 yards outside the tackle and then the balls could be hiked. You're right. You're not going to play as fast on the other side of the ball. You're too worried about having 2 men in motion, false starting as an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Why? As an offensive lineman, man, you got 2 things to remember. This is oversimplifying it. But is it a run or pass, and what's the snap count? In this offense, granted, I was in a very simple offense. We ran the old run and shoot. So if it's a pass, you're pass setting. If you're running, you know what hole it's going to. You're pushing your guy one way or the other. That was as tough as it was for us offensive line. And the very few trap plays or whatever. So in this blocking scheme for the Bears is a lot more complicated. Zone blocking principles a lot more complicated. I get it, but
they're pulling a lot of guys too in different directions and stuff,
comboing all over the place, and tight ends are cracking. But damn, man, start with the snap count, I guess. I mean, if you can't remember it, walk up there with like 1 finger in your hand or 2 fingers in your hand, or whatever the fuck you got to do, man. Shit.
That'd be funny, walking up to the line of scrimmage. Like, shit.
It's
on one.
It's on one.
Or ask your buddy next to you on your way to the line.
Right.
Hey, what did he say in there?
Monday?
On 2.
Monday?
Golly.
Yeah. Was it Monday? Tuesday? That's what we used to do. Monday. Yeah. That's Monday, a really tough code to break there. Monday was 1. Tuesday was 2. Wednesday was 3. And if we did any more than 3, we were jumping off sides anyway. We're freaking idiots when it came to that stuff. So second color was tough for us, But
I thought you guys were supposed to be the smart ones on the field.
Right. No, man, we're the protectors. We got the basics down. That's why offensive linemen make such good parents, because we're used to protecting somebody.
Okay.
It's just in our nature.
Okay. Protective nature.
Yeah. Hey, penalties. Why are we still talking about this going into week 8?
Yeah.
So
why?
If for you, penalties fall at the feet of the players or the coaches? That's a very tough debate for a lot of people.
I think it's progressive in a way. Okay. So like the first 4 weeks, I'm looking at the coach. After at least where we're at now, we're going into our 8th game. Yeah, I'm looking at the players now. Now I'm like, okay, all the stories that we heard coming out of training camp about them with the false starts and lining up wrong and Ben Johnson getting on their ass the way that he was. I know that he's coaching. I know it. I've heard it. I saw footage of people who were there in the stands. I saw it. I heard it. I know he's coaching these guys hard. And they're still not getting it going into week 8. And now it's up to you guys. They're fucking. You want Ben Johnson to go out there with some pads on and shit? He can fucking come on.
I agree with you too, man. I mean, the coaches have to take the brunt of it, and a lot of people will say, "Well, the coaches own that. That's fixable." It is, but at the same time, like you said, the coaches aren't the ones causing the infractions.
Yeah.
It's the NFL, so people aren't getting pulled for a play because you jump off sides to get yelled at or false start. They can't afford to be without some of these people out there. What are you going to do? Pull Theo 3 or 4 times a game and put in
right.
Trapillo?
Yeah.
Hey,
So that's totally a well thought out argument. You think that through and go, okay, what's the punishment? Get the fuck out of there. Darnell Wright? Really? You're going to pull Darnell Wright in the middle of a game because he jumped offside? You really can't. But man, oh man, the players got to lock
that's
in,
got to come from, though, man. Like the Toonies and the Briskers, they got to get up in people's asses. Like, listen, man, you're fucking letting down the rest of the team. That can't come from the coaches because they're not, sweating out there and, blood in the mud and all that stuff. That's got to come. That's 100% got to be peer pressure.
Yeah, at that from point. The soldier next to you.
Right. The guy in the trenches with
in
you.
The shit
going for you. Yeah.
Right.
Like, they just need to haul off and smack a dude in the face, whether it's in practice, the sideline. Get up, you motherfucker, stay in your stance until the ball snapped. Right.
At the very least,
the only way it gets across.
Mm-hmm. At the very least, do that. Motherfucker, don't move your hand out of that dirt until that fucking ball moves. You understand?
Yeah. If you got to watch the ball, you got to watch the ball. Anybody who's played football has forgotten a snap count at some point, and you're looking at the ball like, I think it's on
one maybe, but maybe 2.
Was it 2?
Let me just put.
I better watch the ball.
My hand. Yeah,
right.
I'm just going to put more weight on my hand and watch this ball.
Exactly. You get a little bit forward in your stance. Your knuckles turn a little bit wider.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, let's watch the ball on this one.
I mean, if that's
the only guy who can't forget it is the center.
Yeah. Well, which kind of
makes everybody else look like
maybe another layer in this false start business is, and I hate to sound like a high school coach here, but Caleb's cadence. If his cadence, the offensive line hasn't learned it yet, or they don't like it, or maybe he changes it too frequently, or it's inconsistent and it's making them all jumpy and shit. I would, as a coach, would be like, motherfuckers, welcome to Tuesday's practice, where we're doing nothing but fucking Caleb's cadence. You're going to line up, you're going to call the play in the huddle, go to line of scrimmage, and you're going to learn his cadence today. We're going to run this shit from morning till dinner time. You're putting in 8 hours today on cadence. Like, we're going to fix this shit.
And if anybody false starts, you're doing a lap.
Yeah.
You're touching the goal line, whatever it is they do. Get running.
Well, do you do a military type of thing? You punish them all?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Anybody goes, you all go.
You're all running gas.
You're a team, right?
I'm going to have you all barfing by the end of today.
Yeah. Depending on how jumpy you want to be. You better have drank water instead of coffee this morning, because if you got the jitters, you're running.
That's one of my favorite stories, actually. Not to branch too far, but let me do this, right? So there I am in 8th grade, okay? Playing running back, St. Bart's, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The coach, Jim Trost, if you're watching, hey, coach, no. He brings out a new play for us to run in our next game. It's me, instead of lining up at halfback, I'm lined up at flanker. Maybe to the right, maybe to the left, depending on what side he wants to call it. But all I'm running is about a 7-yard in. That's it. And the ball's going to hit me. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped it. Hit me right in the hands. Boom. Drop. He's like, all right, line it up. Run it again. Do it again. Bam. Dropped it. Motherfucker, Ezra. Line it up again. Line it up. Boom. Dropped it. He was like, fucking gassers. You're fucking running. Everybody's running.
Right.
We have to run up and down. Boom, boom. 200 yards. Gassers. All right. Get back in the huddle. Line it up and ran it. Dude, we did this 14 fucking times. And he made us run every time I dropped the ball. I never did catch it in practice. Here's the fun part of the story. I never caught it in practice. He just was basically like, fuck you all, especially you, Ezra. Hope you think about that tonight when you're got to go home and do your homework. Okay, cool. So the game comes up, and we're playing and we're running. This game went into overtime, where it's basically you get the ball, I get the ball, you get the ball, and then we just kept scoring touchdowns. Well, here it comes in overtime. He calls the fucking play, and there I am in the huddle going, motherfucker, like this is gonna fail. Yeah, I didn't catch this all fucking week at practice, but he calls it. So I run the play with a kid draped all over me. I caught the ball with one arm, broke the tackle, and ran it in for a touchdown. It was unfucking believable. But that just goes to show you good coaching. Like, you're going to line it, run it. Okay, you fucked it up. Punishment for everybody. All my teammates hated me. Cursing me
just
out.
Just like in major leagues, right? Willie Hayes. Pops it up. He starts doing push-ups.
Oh, that's right. The push-ups.
Yeah.
I wonder. So I thought that too when they said they were doing the unorthodox course correction for them jumping off sides at practice. I thought maybe push-ups or something.
Yeah. Some type of PT.
Yeah.
I think they should have, got the old guillotine out where you put your head in there and then people get to throw pies or tomatoes at you.
Ooh,
maybe a dunk tank where you got to sit on there in a nice cold October afternoon. Yeah. And if you jump off sides, people get to throw the ball at you.
Yeah, just try to dunk into ice in there too. Fuck yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Maybe, one chip challenge if you jump off sides. Not only is your stomach going to be exploding, but so is your ass.
You're shitting your brains out.
Yeah.
They got to figure it out.
Yeah, we can think of all kinds of things.
Oh,
Ben, call us. I got a few ideas.
Or any of you watching in the comments, what are some unusual punishments they could give to the players for jumping off sides? Comment in the comments section. There's 45.
I'm sure.
Come on, jump on board. Here we go. Don't be shy.
I'm sure plenty of you guys have played ball in high school and you had to do some stupid stuff. So
absolutely. I'm sure there's sports fans watching. Tell us about any crazy, unusual punishments you guys had to do.
Mm-hmm. Bro, did I ever tell you that I signed an arena contract?
No.
To play arena football? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I never made it on the field. I mean, it was one of these things. Arena was struggling at the time, and we had our coach knew one of the coaches on the Green Bay Blizzard, and a team from Chicago was coming in. And they called a bunch of us semi-pro guys to go up there because we had our own gear and all that stuff. And we signed one-day contracts to play with the Chicago team so that they can actually have this game.
Oh, wow.
They had enough linemen, so I never made it out onto the field. It wasn't even on the sidelines, but we had probably 10 guys, like all the specialty players. Like our quarterback was playing safety for them. At this point, it's the end of the season, but I think I have my picture somewhere of my official contract that I signed. And if you played, you got like $300 or $400 for playing or something like that.
I've been to a few arena games in my lifetime. Me and my brother went to a couple down in Tampa where we got to see Denver was in town, and we got to see John Elway because he was like a coach or an owner of one of the teams,
probably like
on the sideline. And it was like, oh shit, there's John Elway and shit. But I thought arena football was kind of fast paced. It was exciting shit. I mean,
ton of scoring. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Ditka was involved with the Chicago team for a while until it folded. And then,
Damn.
Yeah. I thought I saw a story that he's trying to get back in the Bears organization. Some type of
the coach?
Yeah.
No way.
To get his name connected. It was something that came across, but like a very minor owner in it, just to basically have his name tied back with the team.
Wow.
I'll have to do a little bit of homework. Maybe I'll report a little bit more on that Sunday. It could have been fake news for all I know. I don't know.
George ain't gonna let him.
He's got to start softening his stance for some of the legends. I mean,
honestly, I'm so upset with the Olin thing, man.
Yeah,
such bullshit.
And how long does that take before it starts bleeding over to like some of your other greats? I saw Olin is up for Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Was it Briggs as well?
I
think he's on the ballot.
Both deserve to be in there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what took so long with Olin. You're talking about like one of the greatest centers, just period.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck took so long to get Olin's name involved with the Hall of Fame?
He was one of those underrated centers for so long. He was undersized. That unless you were watching the Bears consistently, maybe some of his accolades kind of went unnoticed. I kind of like how Kelce was in the beginning of his career.
Like under the radar, he flew.
Yeah. So I knew there was one more Bears player out there that was on the ballot for this year, Peanut. You think he's
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Briggs, Kreutz, and Tillman.
I'm surprised he wasn't already in. Wow.
Okay. Is this the first year that he's eligible?
Oh, maybe that's it. Okay. First ballot. Yeah, Peanut deserves it. But
how many people are doing the Peanut punch now, man?
The whole league.
Yeah. I mean, he literally started that trend, coaching, whatever you want to call it. You see it
every
20 times a game.
Yeah, they teach it all across the league now. But nobody did it like him, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like so consistent. Like consistent. I see DBs doing it all the time in all the games that I watch. But, with no success. But with fucking Tillman, you see him coming up to make a tackle, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. And then you see him, like, running in with the super,
Yeah, amazing.
He didn't even have to touch you to punch that thing out, man. He'd be standing on the side and see you running by and just waiting. Ding!
Yeah, and just pop. Okay. Yeah, like he had great eye-hand coordination and strength and all that to follow through, but he punched that fucking ball right out. Yeah, buddy. But Briggs, though, again, Briggs is kind of like another one because he was like Scottie Pippen to Urlacher's Michael Jordan.
Right.
The two of them together holding shit down like for a long time. Dude was smart, fast, strong, football IQ out. And then that hit he laid out Megatron. He laid his ass out. Like, woo, Briggs, baby. Yeah. I hope all the Bears get in. Of course, we all do.
I think I almost hate to say this, but I think Tillman might have the best shot of those three. Like you were talking about Briggs.
Yeah.
The unsung hero of that I can't even say unsung, man, because I'm pretty sure he was a Pro Bowler too.
He was well sung. Definitely well sung. The unsung hero was Hunter Hillenmeyer.
Hunter was he unsung? I feel like he was the third amigo that got left in the cantina most of the
time. Oh man. But he was out there making plays. I mean, he wasn't in the favorable position out there.
There wasn't a whole lot of plays left over to make, I guess.
So that
with those two,
right? Yeah, and not to mention too, like those years that Urlacher and Briggs were fucking nasty. Think about the defensive linemen in front of them: Tommy Harris, Tank Johnson.
I think Jared Allen was with them for a year or two during that stint.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer now, by the way.
Yes. Yeah, dude, just big bodies in front of them that were fucking nasty.
Tommy Harris, I don't know what happened to him, man, but he had the potential to be so good. Oklahoma kid.
What do we do with him? We let him go to Dallas, and that was it.
He disappeared.
Yeah.
I think after that, I think he was one of those guys that was really good at football, but didn't necessarily enjoy playing football.
Oh, Eddie Goldman, huh?
Right. And Goldman's still hanging around. He was on the Commanders.
I thought I saw him on a team too. I'm like, you're like 38 years old. What are you doing?
Yeah, I
thought you hated football.
Yeah,
but he loves
still
the money.
Paying the bills. Yeah, exactly. That money, as long as that money's green, I'm hanging around. As long as somebody will sign me, pay me, cool.
Yeah, he did not want to play football. Come on, nobody in the comments would y'all scared? Don't be scared.
Yeah, we had some good participation before. All right, so we kind of went on a tangent. What were we even talking about?
Oh man, we were still reviewing that Ravens game and all the troubles,
the penalties. On offense. I think where we were at. Mm-hmm. So we looked at the Saints game, the Ravens game, the same thing, man. And there's so many people talking about the missed face mask from D-Hop. And listen, guys, those are all fucking excuses for not being able to punch it in the end zone. Half of these plays that the refs are able to make that could change the course of the game should have been irrelevant by the time that these calls were made. Yeah. There's a couple backbreakers in there, like that Theo call where he was off the line, though we came back from that. Mm-hmm. Some hurt more than others, but in this game, those type of penalties, I don't think that's what cost them the game. It definitely didn't make it easier. It's the fact that we couldn't punch it in. And Caleb, he played like shit. Let's just call this turd what it is, right? Let's not try to dress it up.
Don't try to polish it.
Yeah, exactly. 0 passing touchdowns in 2 weeks from the next big talent. That's why everybody says he's not the next big talent, and he's bringing it upon himself.
Right. That's why everybody's acting like the sky is falling. Which, again, it's not falling, but he's got to play better. Both things can be true. Both things can be true at the same time. Okay? Our offense just as a whole sputtered out and died in the red zone. Like you said earlier, from the 20 to the 20, they're moving the ball up and down the fucking field. The second they get close to that red zone or in the red zone, offense just stalls.
Yep, running in mud, literally.
It could be, sure, Caleb takes a bite of that shit sandwich, but so do the wide receivers, so do the tight ends, so does the offensive line, so does the play caller. Everybody gets a little nibble from the shit sandwich. It's not all Caleb's fault. Like, for instance, somebody was posting all 22 footage. I got one of the last plays of the game. DJ's in the end zone running across and he stops, which is fine, except that he stops right in front of Roquan Smith. So when Caleb throws it, he's throwing it to a window between Roquan and another defender. And of course, by the time a DJ reacts to it, the ball's not even catchable. So they're like, look at, he missed DJ wide open. Well, from Caleb's perspective, from what I saw of the footage, he wasn't fucking wide open. If Caleb throws that ball, Roquan's picking it off.
Right.
Or batting it down. I mean,
there was a ton of mistakes made in like a 2-minute offense scenario. I'm thinking towards the end of the game. And at this point, even if they would have scored at that, the game was pretty much over. But you think about the Caleb scramble, right? Tears off a big chunk of yardage scrambling, but doesn't have the presence of mind to get out of bounds.
Oh, yeah.
Slides, gives himself up.
Yeah, that was a move.
Let's hope that that's a big coachable moment, because there's going to be times we've shown that we can move the ball in a 2-minute situation. Thank goodness it's not like last year where that's the only way that we could have moved the ball is when we're in hurry up.
Yeah.
But we got to be smarter, man. Their 4-minute offense looks pretty good. They get down to the ground. They don't get pushed out of bounds. They keep the clock moving. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 times. I forgot which game that I was watching, but they were in a 4-minute scenario and the running backs kept running out of bounds. You're like, what the hell are you doing, man? Like, you're trying to ice this game. This is stuff that they teach you in Pee Wee.
Right.
Look at DJ Moore on that deep pass down the sideline. He's rumbling. Oh, yeah. He's trying to score.
He was trying to score.
He had to go through 2 people to do it. DJ, I love you, brother. But those 2 guys it might have even been 3 guys. They had you stopped, dude. Take a quarter step to the outside. Save that hit to the hip that's got you on the injury report and has had you on the injury report, and get your ass out of bounds.
Yeah.
The dude's starving for touchdowns, so I get it. He wanted it.
Yeah. He's a competitor.
If I was in the same situation, yeah. But damn, if we were only down by 6 points, that's a backbreaker. That's a huge mistake. And if you're not doing it in this situation, you're not mentally prepared to do it when you have to.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I think that's the little coachable things that they have to take away from this game and really need to clean up the penalties, the stupid mistakes in 2 minute. They got to focus. And I'm sure, the Ravens made a big deal about removing the ping pong tables and the video games and all that shit out of the locker rooms. And the Bears trolled them for it. I don't know if you saw that with TJ Edwards and Tremaine playing ping pong, video games, eating candy bars and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that
Mini
backfired.
Basketball. It sure did. Yeah, that
maybe
did not
they should have fucking take that shit out too.
Yeah, hopefully they took their shit out.
Yeah.
Until they learned.
Thanks for backing us up, jackasses. You tried to troll the Ravens. Talk about your all-time backfires.
Backfire.
But that's
let's not troll any more teams until we know how to actually win more games.
Yeah, unless you're trolling like the 0-7 Jets, though they did win.
I called that one.
You did. And that was, I think, more the Bengals shit in the bed than the Jets winning, but
the Bengals absolutely shit the bed.
Yeah.
But good for
And now they're going to come out like fucking world beaters this week. We'll save that for Sunday.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know, man. So we'll get to that Sunday morning on our pre-game show because I'm not, I have to tell you, I'm not falling for it again. Okay. If you heard the letter at the beginning of the show, if you showed up late, that's fine. When the video ends, watch from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Drew and I wrote a very nice letter to the Chicago Bears organization. All right. Thanking them.
Very tastefully done.
For reeling us in, because for a second there, I was as drunk as a poet on payday saying, oh, we're going to beat the Ravens and blah, blah, blah. And then we got snapped right back into fucking reality. So I'm not going to do that again because I did watch the highlights of the Bengals-Jets game. And the plays that I was seeing T. Higgins and Jamar Chase make, I was like, oh, they're going to tear us up. They're going to fucking light us up. And it could end up being a track meet. And from what I saw from our offense in Baltimore, I'm not confident we're winning any track meets.
No.
But yeah, I digress.
That's fucking Vegas, man. How do they always get this shit right? They had the Ravens as a favorite, and we're on here talking all this shit. How the Bears a 1.5 dog, getting no respect.
They covered the original 6.5.
Yeah, and then some.
And then some. Yeah. And we're 3-point favorites on this one?
2.5 right now.
Oh, 2.5?
Yeah, I just pulled it up because I was curious. I'm like, I don't even want to look at this. At least Vegas thinks that we're winging. Well, I think they're on the road again. So it's a coin. It's another fucking coin flip against the worst defensive in the league.
Yeah, I'm not confident. I mean, again, I kind of have to keep reminding myself every show that I'm in Bears need to prove it mode. Okay. Yeah. Until you prove it, I'm done going, oh yeah, Bears, baby. No more. You got to prove it now. I'm going to doubt you every Sunday. I'm going to hope for the best, and I'm going to be screaming from my sofa for you guys. But no more am I going into it just blindly expecting to, oh yeah, we should beat the shit out of the Bengals. No. I don't expect us to beat the shit out of any team on our schedule for the rest of this year. That's it. We were supposed to beat the shit out of a third-string quarterback and a defense that ranked in the gutter for most of defensive rankings. But the Ravens did have some key guys come back on their defense. So we weren't expecting that they would come back from injury and just make us look silly in the red zone.
And that's why it was so important to score those first 2 touchdowns. If you score those first 2 touchdowns, I don't care who you are, pro, getting paid, at least it starts putting that little piece of doubt in your mind. Here we go again.
Yeah. Yep.
But instead, it was, here we go. We stopped them twice in the red zone. This offense is top third in the league. We got our guys back. Now it's time to cut loose.
Yeah.
It really gave them the confidence boost that they needed.
Absolutely.
And that was all generated from us. They weren't doing anything all that spectacular. Right. Huntley was able to move around.
Right.
One of the keys of the game that we talked about is the D-line had to protect the secondary. That didn't happen.
Right.
That secondary was depleted. We all knew it. And not to get ahead of ourselves for next week, but that's where the doubt starts creeping into my mind. Like, oh, we can overcome this against the Ravens. No, we couldn't.
No.
And the Ravens have 10 times better receivers than what the Ravens did, the Bengals do.
Oh, right. So I was going to say, the Ravens don't have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Holy shit.
No.
Woo! And I think their running back's pretty good too. I don't remember his name, but when I saw the highlights, their running back at number 30, that dude was running his ass off. So I'm like,
for the Bengals?
Yeah. I was
their run game doesn't scare me. Their offensive line's not that great either.
I don't know, dude.
So the defensive line.
Don't you say that. Don't you say that.
Hey, you're my bad. I'm not even going to talk about this game until Sunday. I'm just not prepared to talk about it right now. I had to take some time because I was pissed off and I was one of those people that, just wanted to punch Caleb in the face for the first day and a half. And then cooler heads prevail. You start thinking about it.
Settle down.
Yeah. And you're like, dude,
come on,
namaste,
man.
right?
Go
sit next to a fern and throw on a fountain or whatever you got to do. Woosha it, whatever.
Yeah.
But the sky's not falling. It's only been 7 games. And I'm not going to sit here and make this excuse for him. Oh, it's only been 8. It's only been 1 season. It's only been 2 seasons. The third year is really where Detroit made their playoff run. No, it's got to be quicker than that. It does. And if it's not, then we'll revisit that Poles talk. People are pissed at the defensive line, and we talked about it in several of our shows. That defensive line's not paying off like the offensive line.
No.
Odengbo, I think, was it J.J. Redick that I saw that they compared him to, the pass rusher for the Cardinals. I don't think it's Redick. I think it's somebody else. But J.J. Redick, by the way, I think is the coach of the Lakers. Hassan Redick, I think, is the football player. But they comped Odengbo compared to this dude, and Odengbo's making like $3 million less over the course of his contract. And by far and away, he's getting outplayed by some of these other free agent pass rushers. And it's just to the point where that is being considered money not well spent. And
definitely not.
He's not living up to the contract. A lot of people called out Grady Jarrett. I'm going to give him a little bit of a pass. He's a pro. He's been nicked up. He showed some signs against the Ravens. He was in the backfield quite a bit, pressuring. I think he had a sack or maybe half a sack.
He was involved in one.
Yeah. So as he gets healthier, I think Grady Jarrett's going to be the Grady Jarrett that he's been every other year. But we talked about it time and time again. Outside edge is a glaring weakness, and unfortunately now cornerback is, which they signed some reinforcements. We haven't even talked about Gardner yet.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where we go next.
Yeah. Well, let's stick with the defensive line and their woes because Shamar Turner, the rookie, out for the year.
Really disappointed to see that, man. Yeah, that kid was starting to flash.
Yeah, that sucks. That really hurts. And then more disappointments is Montez Sweat. I mean,
Yeah, we've pounded that into the ground.
He's got to be more consistent again. Just be more consistent. So,
you think?
Go ahead.
What do you think? Sweat? You think it's a motivation issue? You think he's just his best years are behind him? What's your take on it?
So there's no way his best years are behind him. I mean, we got him, 4 years in to his career? That's no way. He's in year 6 right now, maybe. Chat could correct me, fact check me if I'm wrong. I think he's in year 6. There's no way his best years are behind him. I will go towards the one thing that you said. I don't expect players to be so personable and jovial during Q&As, but his energy at press conferences suck. Like, his interviews suck. Like, he really does give off that vibe. Like, like he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't even want to be here. That's the energy I'm picking up on when watching his interviews. And I'm just like, there's something there. Maybe there's not. Sometimes I could overreact and read into shit too much, but just his vibe, I'm just like, hey, he doesn't want to be here. He doesn't.
You expect somebody with his name and his talent to be maybe a bigger voice on the team, and maybe we talked about personalities. There's many different types of leaders. You got your vocal leaders, people who lead by the play on the field, like a Brisker, Byard. Though Byard, I think, is a little bit more of a vocal leader.
Yep.
And then there's Tez. Not
Quiet.
really vocal.
Nope.
He's not doing anything on the field, so he just becomes kind of this forgotten guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's not doing anything on the field, you don't think about him at all, and you really don't know the dude's there.
Right. Yep.
I don't know.
It's unfortunate because the year that we traded for him in the middle of the season was, I mean, he's lights out in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
We bring him over. He's lights out for the rest of the season with us. Last year, and I get it, as we heard after the fact, as we're all wondering and pondering, what's wrong with Tez? Tez ain't flashing. Tez ain't doing well. After the season's over, it's like, oh yeah, he was battling an injury the whole season. Like,
a foot injury
that's
or
why.
something, yeah.
Okay, so he was fighting through it, and we went through this with Khalil Mack. Same thing. Khalil Mack would be absent some games, and we're like, what the hell's going on? Well, he had a foot or a knee or something. So it's like, oh, okay, so he's fighting through it. Okay, cool. I could respect that. Competitor trying to fight through it.
At least he's
showing. But we are long removed from any physical ailments for Tez. So it's like, okay, so what is it now? Is it still an injury? Are you still fighting something that's nagging? But you don't tell us, so we just start to fill in the blanks.
We just think you suck.
That's right. That's totally it, right?
Yeah.
And so just
Bears luck.
He's never on the injury report, right?
No.
I don't, at least if he was on the injury report, it says like back
or toe.
And you're like, okay, he's dealing with something. But right now we're just left thinking, like you said a second, are his best years behind him?
Yeah.
That's what we're left to think now. So thanks.
Mm-hmm. Last year, you could make an argument there was nobody else on that defense, so he was getting double teamed.
Yeah.
Maybe we could say the same thing for this year because our defensive line is absent.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man.
Our D-line
I don't know what else to say about the whole Tez situation.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm getting ready to start crying, and I don't want to do that in front of all of our fans.
There's 52 in here you'll be crying in front of.
Please, I don't want to make myself that vulnerable.
This is not a safe space.
I mean, I'll do it if he gets me 3 sacks next game. I'll ball on here like a baby. I don't care.
So, I mean, and I hate to put that sort of fans shouldn't put that expectation on him, but for the money he's making, like, dude, 10 sacks in a season. You're on pace for, what's he on pace for? 4 sacks?
4.5.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man. No. You got to do better than that, man. Or if you don't want to be here, let us know.
Sack game.
So we can trade you for Thibodeau.
That's all. Come on, man.
trade him for Thibodeau from the Giants.
His name has been linked to the Bears.
Yeah. That would change our front four. If we could somehow keep Tez but bring in Thibodeau, that would change our front four immediately.
He's going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because he's coming up to a contract year. But
this whole shit coming up with DJ too, man. The DJ trade rumor shit is still floating around, and I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well,
do not get rid of DJ. Stop it.
They listen to the show, man. They understand that he's, he could be the odd man out. So you're welcome, national media. You got it here first. That's okay. Man. You don't even have to footnote us. I don't care. Well, yeah, actually, I do care. Footnote us, damn it. Put us on your Twitter.
Yeah,
let
give us
other
credit.
People get our knowledge.
But yeah, DJ ain't a guy you want to get rid of, man. The dude's too much of a dog. I think he's probably also not much of a vocal leader, but his play on the field and how hard he plays, and he fights and he plays. This guy gets fucking injured. Like you see him wincing in pain. And he's going off the field, and then like 2 or 3 plays later, hey, he's back on the field. It's like, dude, this guy's a fucking cyborg.
Do you think he would have done that for last year's team?
I think he did. I think he still played like that, even though they sucked ass. DJ still was like, I'm going in and playing.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit
though
about
he
my
was sulking on the sidelines. You look at
he'll
DJ's,
do that, yeah.
You look at DJ's press conferences, and even then, or when they ask him questions, this dude never says anything. So he's not one of those vocal people. But
let me tell you actually what I like about DJ's demeanor. Watching his locker room press conferences, or when they catch him somewhere, or if he's even at the podium, but it's more so when they catch him at his locker. DJ, what I'm reading on his body language is like he's got an inside joke going on that he's not telling any of us as they're asking him questions, because he's always like, I don't know, I just go, and he's got this smile and this nonchalant.
What about you and Kayla?
Yeah. Just, and it's like, oh, come on, DJ, man. Why are you doing that shit, man?
Give us a little insight.
Yeah. You're making me
you
think
and the Stay Puff Marshmallow Man.
Like, something that we don't, that you ain't going to tell us, that could be important, but not too sure, because you got a smile on your face, which is inviting. So we're intrigued, but you're like, at the same time, the energy's like, fuck off. And it's like, oh my God, man, DJ, stop.
Right.
But I like that shit, though, because
it keeps you guessing.
So
now we get to speculate what he's thinking.
Well, which was bad last year, because everybody was like, DJ hates Caleb. He doesn't want to be here. Fucking trade him. Like his shitty body language on the sidelines between him and Caleb both. There was a time last year that I did think, I was like, I don't think DJ likes Caleb. I don't think he likes him.
I was expecting them to fight 100%.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
And it could be a thing that we don't know about, that, like, again, when they're like, oh, that chemistry still isn't clicking with Caleb. What's going on? Just, I don't know, maybe more reps, blah, 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 and you're like, uh-oh. But that whole hug shit that happened at the end of the Raiders game, I was like, okay, all right, no. Yeah. All those worries get to float away for a little while, because DJ, he initiated the hug, which told me something, because there's been a lot of footage of Caleb. Have you seen this? Caleb goes to sit down on the bench where DJ's already sitting, and Caleb will sit next to him, and he fucking gets up and walked away.
And I haven't seen that. You're like, oh boy.
Did he go get a drink or something? Or was he like, I'm not sitting next to this motherfucker. I'm so mad at him right now.
He smells like hot dog water.
Like Cameron Jordan?
Yeah.
But he hugged him after the game, and even Caleb was like, oh my God, like you could see so much stress lift from his head, because they probably should have lost that game, but because a field goal block, that was lucky. And then what game was it when because we do have one more kind of thing we need to talk about that could be a pressing issue going forward, and that is didn't Moody kick the game winner for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not Cairo.
No.
What Cairo did was line up for a hurricane 58-yard field goal against the Ravens and just came up a bit short. Now, his lack of a booming leg could be a detriment for this team going forward. At what point would you, as a head coach, start to consider Moody maybe a little bit more? Would it be like immediately going into this game against Cincinnati?
If this is a modern day NFL, I think we talked about it before, but the fact that you start on the 35-yard line for a majority of your drives, sometimes the 40, you only need 20 to 30 yards to get into field goal range. If you don't have a kicker that could kick a high percentage of 50-plus yarders, and we talked about it with Patriot Tommy. Tommy, if you're in the chat, you were right with us, buddy, with old Noodle Egg here, talking about he can't hit anything over 54. I really didn't want to have to make this a kicker show. I hate talking about kickers, but we gotta. I mean, you guys know, if you guys have watched any of the shows or rewatch, you know how I feel about this guy. I can't stand this motherfucker, man. So the Bears are in a tough spot. I get it. I'm sure there's contract lingo that they can't bring Jacob too many more times off the practice squad, right, or they got to cut him. They can't move Cairo to the practice squad because they would have to cut him and let him clear waivers before they could sign him. But at this point, most NFL teams, to be an NFL kicker now, you have to hit 50 plus consistently. I'm not going to say 60 plus, but there are plenty of kickers in the NFL that could do it. Yeah. 55 to 60 shouldn't be a decision where you have to look at your kicker and say, okay, which way is the wind blowing? And that's what we got to do with Santos.
Yeah.
So the question now becomes, do you go with a kid who's had a trouble past in San Francisco where he got punched in the face by Debo because he kept missing kicks? Or do you go with Noodle Egg? I don't know, man. Why the fuck are we talking about special teams? I guess that's the bigger question.
Well,
why is that? Because it's
an issue.
Games. Yeah,
it's an issue. So he had to kick a ball out of bounds on a kickoff to make sure the clock doesn't run, and he couldn't do it. He couldn't kick it out of the back of the end zone. That's a problem. That has to be something in your bag of tools as a kicker that you need to be able to do, because as a football team, you're going to be in those situations, maybe a lot. And knowing that we can't fucking do it is not a good feeling.
The fact that we have all these injuries and the fact that our special team coverage sucks, maybe I'm overstating that, but using the old eyeball test, I feel like we give up more than the 35-yard line more times than not. At this point, kick the damn ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
Back of the end zone.
Our special teams has not been good this year.
No. And yeah, maybe that's something I got to prepare for Sunday. Not that I really want to go diving into special team stats, because I can't think of anything more boring than special teams. But
They're supposed to be boring, but they keep me on the edge of my seat when it comes to the Bears, because we're giving opposing teams great starting field position regularly.
And we don't have a pass rush. So now that's an issue.
Super issue, man. Big time. Big time.
It saddens me. It really saddens me that we talk about kickers so often. I hate kickers.
What happened?
But we got it.
Think about the days we had Robbie Gould where you really didn't have to talk about kickers.
No. I mean, it's the modern NFL. If somebody was, I think it was the Detroit game, maybe they were talking about, oh, this kid was hitting 70-yarders in pregame, and they were getting ready to kick a field goal on their own side of the 50 as a realistic situation. I'm like, must be nice.
What?
Yeah, kicking,
Right.
trying a 70-yarder.
Wow.
I can't remember who it was, but they ended up throwing a play underneath and they got it to like a 57, 58, and the guy nailed it. But they were talking like trotting this guy out for a 70-yard field goal.
Wow.
And I'm like, man, that must be nice. I think it was Dallas, actually, the Akers kid who just bombs them left and right. It's a weapon at that point. If you only need to get 20 yards, 30 yards to be setting up for points.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just
And with games that have the spread like we have against the Bengals 2.5, that could fucking matter. Where we're lining up to kick a game-winning field goal with noodle leg over here.
Yeah.
You know, going, I don't know. I don't know. His longest is 55 yards 5 years ago. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
You're down by 2, receiving the ball. You start at your own 40. Do you want to have to move it 40 yards to get 3 points? Or do you want to be forced to have to move it 60 to even have a chance?
Right.
You know? No timeouts. We could set up whatever scenario you want.
Right.
I don't know. I will dive into the special teams because now it's planning in my head. I want to know how bad that they are because in my head, we have the worst special teams coverage unit in the world. I'm sure it's not like that. Hopefully it's not like that, but I will find out for Sunday's show. I'm now motivated. I'm going to be watching special team tape. God.
See what we did here. Opened up Pandora's box here.
Right.
On special teams. Well, I mean, it is kind of a big deal when your kicker has your scoring ability limited.
Mm-hmm.
When it has your defensive strategy, again, with kicking the ball through the end zone on kickoffs, limited. It's a fucking one. It's a flat tire that you gotta fix or get rid of, get a new tire on. And this kid, again, right? Moody, last week's game, not Ravens, week before, Saints.
Mm-hmm.
In pregame, they were saying, was booting 65-yarders.
Outside.
Pregame warming up.
Yeah.
Like, hello. Yeah, that's this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Poles is a very, how do I say? For a GM, he's a very emotionally attached person.
Okay. I was wondering where you're going to go with that.
I'm seeing this. Braxton Jones, he gave this fucking guy every chance to fucking lose the job, even though you knew who Braxton Jones was and what he wasn't. But because he was his guy, and they probably have a rapport, which is normal. You're going to have a rapport with the GM, but at some point you got to be a little,
you got to put business before friendship, right?
Yeah, and go look at, you can't stop a bull rush. Now you got the injury. Look, we're going to start looking elsewhere to fill that left tackle spot. Nope. You're going to you got it. You're the incumbent. You got it. It's your job to lose. And it probably took to Ben Johnson and the offensive, who's the offensive line coach?
Oh, good question, man. I don't know off the top of my head. But
it took them enough to see 3.5 weeks of Braxton go, get him the fuck out. That's it. Get him out. Who we putting in it? I don't give a shit who it is.
Yeah.
Just get him out.
As long as they can stop a bull rush, you're in. Theo.
That's it.
Get in there. Dan Rusher.
Oh, yeah. Rashard. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
I think you saw it. Yeah, you saw it a little bit in Hard Knocks where he was attached to certain guys, and
he
it's
cried
playing
letting
out a little bit.
that one DB go.
Yeah, the
Right.
Namaste guy who
Yeah.
has like all the incense and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he signed up to the practice squad.
I think they did. But then did somebody end up picking him up?
I think so. I thought I saw his name pop up this year. I'd have to double check that, but
Yeah.
seeing how I can't remember what his name was.
But he gets too attached to his picks, and then unfortunately it hurts the team.
Mhm. And there's a couple national pundits that were just eating Caleb up. Like they're out on him after the guy on Colin Cowherd's show, Majowski or something like that. He's like, I'm 100% out on Caleb Williams. He'll never be an accurate quarterback in the NFL. I don't think that's the case. We talked about it before. I think that's coachable. I think that's footwork related for Caleb, especially.
Yeah.
You get his footwork right if you watch Chase Daniels, Tim Jenkins, all those guys. A lot of times they point at the footwork. And we talked about it before too, where Caleb is so used to throwing off platform. Last year probably tainted him a little bit to where he was a little bit more gunslingerish with footwork and, the uncanniness of it and having to run for his life, that it's going to take a little bit longer for that discipline to be set. I'm sure Ben Johnson drilled it in the offseason. I'm sure it's going to be another area of concern or focus in this next coming off season. But again, we're 7 games into this Ben Johnson thing, right?
So early.
Yeah, it's so early for Caleb as well. I mean, the sky's not falling, guys. That's the ultimate, what we got to say here. It's like you said before, we just need to relax a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's without blame because obviously we put a lot of it at Caleb's feet. And you know how we feel about it. If the trend continues, then it is Caleb.
Correct. At some point, and if I had to say, it would be about this time next year, now that fire gets turned up, and it's like, okay, the kids.
Now we can have the bus conversation. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But we've got such a long time to get to that point. I would even go as far to say late next season, because again, it's just not making excuses for the guy. The kid himself during his press conferences has, except for the one thing he said, but I will get there in a second, has taken a lot of it on himself. My footwork, my eyes weren't in the right place, things like that. So he's self-evaluating, and when asked, is open about saying, yeah, my footwork, this, that. Plus, anybody who watches tape can see those things and go, yeah, his footwork was sloppy here, and he's sailing balls and shit like that. So he needs to settle down. However, he did say about during the Ravens game, the throw to Rome, he was like, yeah, I threw a good ball. Did you?
No, good read, bad ball.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it? Really? Double
the
cover.
Read was right.
Good read. Okay. All right.
Just
Ben Johnson said different, but
yeah, he said he had Monangai on the check down without saying Monangai on the check down.
Yeah.
But I know as Bears fans and being disappointed so many times, we're at the same crossroads that we were last year. After we hit 4 wins, the wheels fell off last year. And as embattled Bears fans, how do you not make the same comparison after you had a tough loss after your 4th win? It's the here we go again.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
The only way that you could stop this narrative is by getting a win this weekend. You stop it, or you at least subdue it for another few weeks. Because I think you have Bengals, Giants, Vikings. Yes. I think it's the next 3.
Yep. Winnable games.
Seem like 3 winnable games to me.
Winnable games. Yep.
If we said going into last week that we're going to win 3 out of the next 4 and then come out 7-3, I think everybody listening today would take that, including myself. Yeah. 7-3 with a division win going into the meat of the schedule where you're playing the Packers twice, you're playing the Lions again, you already have the split over Minnesota. I think a lot of us will take 7-3 going into that scenario.
Sign me up.
Yep. Depending on how healthy we can get, I think will dictate how the back half of this schedule is going to treat us. The division games look super tough. Packers got their shit together. Yeah. Micah Parsons is looking really good for that team. Mm-hmm. Lions are Lions, right? They're still looking good. So those are going to be tough games. And if you want to have a good record, you're going to have to split with the Packers, and you're going to have to try to get that second win, or the other win against the Lions.
Yeah.
I think we could still make the playoffs without getting the win against the Lions, but you're going to have to at least split with the Packers, I think, to have a legitimate shot.
Yeah.
And we'll talk. Yeah. We'll probably come up with a mid-season show where we'll start breaking out scenarios, I'm sure. And we'll start looking at it. We'll start doing the math. Maybe we'll even do a little schedule prediction. So you guys listening out there mid-season, after game 9, we'll say, or maybe right before game 9, start having your schedule predictions in. Get ready to share those with us and what you think, where their wins are going to come from, where the losses are going to come from, what the final record is. Because I think we'll deep dive into that a little bit too early right now for us to really be able to predict, because we're so up and down right now, especially on offense.
Yeah, honestly. Let's see how these next 3 games go.
Mm-hmm.
Or 3 or 4. No, 3. We'll see how these go. And then I think that's an excellent idea. There's 56 of you in the chat. If you guys join our show, we'll have a midweek show where we have something special like that in terms of
mid-year. We'll talk about
pick the rest of our record for the rest of the season. You guys chime in and we'll rap about it. Faux show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just when you said fucking Packers, I'm like, oh god, no, because where we're at right now, we ain't ready.
No,
we ain't ready to play no fucking Packers right now. We need these next 3 games, really, because they're beatable teams. We need to use these next 3 games to
build a little confidence.
Yes, and solidify.
Get healthy. Yeah.
Get healthy, solidify what the fuck this offense looks like. Caleb's got to, again, lock in. The offense needs to lock in. They need to execute. I mean, and the defense is doing everything they can to keep us into games, and it's just they're beat up. It's awful. Don't get beat up too. Our wide receiver, the whole wide receiver room yesterday didn't even practice.
Yeah, I made the joke that's because there's no DBs to cover them.
Yeah, they were like, everybody just sit down.
Yeah, you're out today. Unfortunately, that's not the case.
I do wonder how much of that was rest. Versus like actual injury.
Mm-hmm.
What was their play on the field so shitty that Ben was like, guess what, buckos? Because you all fucked up all game on Sunday against the Ravens, you're all sitting Monday. Next guys, let's go. Backups, you're going in because you might see the field on Sunday against the Bengals.
I think, what's today? Thursday already. Yeah. So if they're going to call up anybody from the practice squad, they got to do it pretty quick. You got to make that designation Friday or Saturday.
Tomorrow, Friday.
I think you're right. I think you got to have pretty much everything cemented. So we might see, if we see some wide receiver call-ups from the practice squad, that could be an indicator of what they're thinking for the weekend. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, again, we'll know all those answers going in on Sunday morning. You guys join us at 9 Central in the morning for a pre-game show we do every Sunday morning before everybody else's pre-game shows. Come join us if you guys are getting something on the grill or you in the kitchen baking and getting ready for your tailgate or whatever. Come join us. We're doing the early slot.
9 a.m. Central. We get you downstairs, like as was saying. You could get your snacks ready, get a little bit of time to relax.
Yep.
And then you can join, the national pregame shows if you want. You'll get more Bears content here, but compared to those Fox guys.
Yeah, because they go around the fucking league. Here, at least, you'll get those pregame rants out of the way.
Right.
A lot of cursing and a lot of swearing and shit with just that nice little icing of optimism on top.
Yeah. Hey, kind of looking at the 2025 practice squad for the Bears, wide receiver, Maurice Alexander, Miles Boykin, J.P. Richardson. Is this right? This doesn't sound right. Google be lying.
Google
AI doesn't know shit.
Yeah, AI is still quite stupid.
Yeah.
Although advancing very rapidly at the same time, which is scary. But that's for a different show.
Right. Rise of the Machines. Terminator all over.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. If you guys like what you're hearing, you like the show, I mean, subscribe to our channel. Yeah. Follow us on Twitter. Not going to call it X ever.
Yeah, no. I'm looking at the official roster here. Maurice Alexander, Miles Boykin. Boykin.
Who?
TCU guy? No, Notre Dame. Okay.
Position? Wide
yeah,
receiver.
just going through. J.P. Richardson from TCU. Okay. What was the guy we were talking about before we got on? Really good preseason. Does the airwalk? Yeah. I don't see him on there. Did they already elevate him?
I would think he's on the roster. Yeah.
I mean, I have that roster up in front of me, but also, by the way,
what a cool touchdown celebration he has.
Yeah, man. I wish I could do that. Like, I wish I had the coordination to do that airwalk thing, man. That
looks
cool.
Like he's not even touching the ground. It's pretty cool. And he did ball out in preseason. Speaking of players who balled out in preseason, we get Austin Booker back. He's practiced fully. Dennis Allen said he's looked great. I don't think Dennis Allen's big on him. Unfortunately,
Walker is signed to the 53, by the way.
Yeah. Dennis Allen's defense requires more bulkier, stout defensive ends, not Leonard Floyd types.
Leonard Floyd. Though he's made himself quite a career.
Oh yeah, when he left to go to the Rams, he popped. He did he's flashed a lot with us, just not consistently. And he was way more consistent with the Rams.
Showed up with the Bills too. I don't know where he's at now.
Yeah.
I think he moved again, but
did he?
Yeah. I tell you what, man, I'm kind of excited to see Walker play. The kid showed great hands. Speaking of hands, do we need to talk about Rome Odunze's 50-50 ball catch opportunity?
His contested catch all season has been quite poor.
The one on the sideline, like this was one of the things he was known for in Washington.
That diving catch that hit the grass. You got to catch those, man. Rome, dude,
bro, it hits you in the hands. You got to bring it.
Yeah. You're a top 10 pick who's supposed to, like you said, known for making those catches. You got to catch that, buddy. Sorry, I love you, but you got to catch that shit.
I know you went over a buck, but think about if you caught 2 out of those 3 contested.
Yeah, his contested catches again this season have just been kind of a little disappointing because, he hits his hands.
Yeah.
And then just a little whack on the arm or that, and it comes out, and it's like, no, man, you got to catch those, man. That's how you elevate yourself for that big payday, for that Pro Bowl, baby. And when you do that, you make your quarterback look good too.
Mm-hmm.
See, you both. It's a symbiote.
It's a two-way street there, right?
Yeah.
You start making more contested catches, you're going to have more opportunity to do contested catches.
Because that throw the diving thing, that was a great ball.
Yeah.
Caleb's on the run. And he does his jump throw, and it right on the money, and you dropped it. Like, shit, man, you can't be doing that, man.
Anyway.
Yeah. But it's been a problem all year, so I don't know if he needs to work on arm strength, hand strength.
Hands, I think, yeah. When you're catching the ball, you got somebody whacking you with a stick on the arms and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, concentrate on that for us, Rome, please.
Please, man. Please.
Yeah.
Since Caleb is going to him so much and with his chemistry, and when the shit breaks down, that's who he's looking for. And he is the first read, it seems to be, on a lot of these plays that they're running. Catch those contested balls, man. Come on.
2-on-1, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that you're there, but 1-on-1, 50-50 balls down the sideline, you got to come up with more than you drop. I don't even care if it's 51%. I would say he's 1% right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we're just nitpicking at this point.
Yeah.
We just want fucking offense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because it matters, I mean, Are we nitpicking? Yeah. Because when the ball hits you in the hands, we know the old saying, the ball hits you and you got to catch it. So it's real basic shit. And the ball's hitting him in the hands a lot, even on contesteds, and he's not coming down with it.
I'll even give the wide receivers a pass on those high fastballs that Caleb likes to throw. I'll give him the pass on that one because I don't want to reach up there and get my guts rearranged by a DB.
Yeah.
Or he's throwing you the fastball within, 15-yard radius, and by the time you blink, it's stuck in your face mask type of thing or sailing over your head. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that. Those are just bad balls.
I think he did he threw Rome a hospital ball on Sunday. I think
he did. He's thrown a few hospital balls out there.
Rome did not catch that one. I was like, ooh, you're lucky you didn't catch that because you would have been hurt. You're hurting.
Hospital balls. Well, that's exactly what some of these are.
Yeah.
Throw it low. Just don't throw it high,
low.
Bro. Why is he high on so much stuff? That's got to be a footwork issue.
So that or his nerves, right? So this is one thing that's it irritated me early on with Caleb. After we drafted him a lot through last year, he said, he was asked by reporters at press conferences, hey, do you get nervous? What kind of routines do you do? And he's like, oh, I don't get nervous. It's just like me taking a shit. It's all the same thing to me. I don't get nervous.
Yeah.
Really, because your opening drives all last year, you were sailing balls and throwing shit and worm burners and all kinds of shit. That tells me you're nervous, motherfucker. Just to say it. Yeah, I get a little nervous till I get popped. After I get popped the first time, then I'm not nervous anymore. Just say it. You're too cool for school. Yeah, I've been throwing football since I was in diapers. I don't get nervous. And it's like, okay, because your play on the field shows me you're amped up.
You're nervous.
Tweaking. Yeah.
If you get sacked 68 times, it's like a bully punching you in the face 68 times. If they go to swing at you the 69th time, you're not going to flinch.
Right.
Come on,
that's a great analogy. That's exactly. Okay. You get to school and you walk through the front doors at school and you walk down the hallway where you always get punched by that bully. You're not nervous?
Right.
Come on.
And the sacks have been minimal compared to last year.
Oh, big time. So, yeah, he's only been sacked 11 or 12 times so far. Like, dude.
A good portion of those is probably plays that he's held on to it for more than 3.5 seconds.
The ball too long. Right. Right.
He plays
very good. They've dropped that number tremendously. I just think he just has to feel it and see it a little more. for him to go, I got time, baby. I got time. I'm back here patting the ball and shit. I got time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to take a little bit of time though, because I think there was a small Shane Waldron and Eberflus fucking fuck this kid up.
He's still a little punk chunk from last season.
I do. Yeah. I think so. He hasn't fully deleted those files yet. He has to unlearn all that. That's another factor into Caleb. Why isn't he getting it? Why isn't he getting it? He has a whole season worth of information and footwork and that he's got to delete. He has to push that shit out or whatever the fuck Shane Waldron was teaching him. Shane Waldron didn't even script plays. So think that's the guy. That's the guy who was working with a young, moldable, like clay brain of Caleb his rookie year. Are we going to script the first 15? Nah. We're just gonna run screens. Don't worry about it.
Let's start with this bubble screen, and then if that doesn't work, we'll do a slip screen, and if that doesn't work, we'll do another bubble screen.
That was,
and then we'll punt it.
Bad. Yeah, so bad.
And then we'll come out on first down and we'll run like a basic power to the 2-hole. And if that doesn't work, we'll
do a screen. We're gonna do a screen.
Let's screen it. We'll catch them off guard there.
Yeah, they'll never see it coming. They thought because we ran screens 3 times the last series, they'll never see it coming this time.
Yeah.
Fucking hey, man, that was brutal. Shane Waldron, dude. Does he have a job? He better not be hired right
now. I hope he's working at like a Bed Bath & Beyond or something, selling towels to people.
Scented candles. Ooh, it's autumn.
Yeah, this is fresh cut flowers. If he ever gets let back into football,
it should be making coffee.
Right. Water boy. I'll give him that. Get him on the
garbage man.
Right.
At the practice facility.
A custodial engineer.
He can get a job with Cream Sleeve, being a janitor at Hallis Hall.
Hot dog vendor.
Yeah.
Get your hot dogs here.
Not in Chicago, though. Not in Chicago. You're gonna serve dogs somewhere else.
Yeah.
Don't ever step foot. I told that to Nagy. As I tell that to Shane Waldron, your Chicago pass has been revoked. If you at any time have to travel from west to east, you better fucking pass through St. Louis and then go east around the city. Don't you even come near Cook County.
We don't want you.
We don't want
Maybe we'll let you get away with a small layover in Midway, but you better not go to O'Hare.
Yeah, you're not allowed to leave the airport.
Because if you do leave the airport in Midway, you're going to get jumped anyway.
You don't want to leave Midway. Funny because it's true.
Right.
60 of you in the chat. Nobody's got nothing to say. Huh? What are you scared? Scared we're going to say something? Start something?
If you guys don't say anything, we're all going to think that you wanted Waldron back.
Yeah. Give me a
just kidding,
Waldron
just kidding
in the chat. Come on.
Yeah, we won't put anybody down like that on this show. No way.
Come on. No, this is an open space of ideas. You want to bring an argument to the table? Bring it. I'm not abrasive that much where if somebody's like, oh, I think we should bench Caleb and blah, 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 state your case.
Yeah.
Bring your ideas to the table. That's what America's all about. That's right.
Everybody's got an opinion and they're entitled to it. Most people's are wrong and ours are right. I mean, so be it.
That's that simple. But it doesn't mean you can't come to the table.
Right.
Our table is set and welcoming. Let's come on.
Now we won't say anything on the show. We'll just wait until afterwards and talk shit about you.
Yeah,
that's how we roll.
We'll talk shit about you on Twitter.
I think that covers the Ravens pretty well.
Yeah, we did damn good. We covered the shit out of that Ravens game.
So let's tease next week a little bit. Sunday show. Obviously, we got to talk about some of the signings.
Yes.
Yeah,
we did bring in some DB help. Yeah, that was great.
We'll talk roster. By then, we'll have a clearer picture who's going to be able to go for the Bengals.
Right.
Be curious to see if the line moves at all. By then, we should know if Flacco or Browning's going to go.
That's right.
I'll bet you Hendrickson's going to go.
I'll bet you the Bengals do what the Ravens did. I bet you. Because they were like, wait a minute. Nothing happened to the Ravens. There was like no punishment for doing that. Yeah, we're doing it. Do it.
If we're going to prepare they're going to lose like 2 picks.
Like we have to prepare for multiple quarterbacks every week now because they're all going to bullshit on the injury report. But right, come Sunday morning on our Sunday morning show, again, 9:00 Central, hit like and subscribe, get the notification bell so you know when we do go live. But right, we'll have a better idea of, like you said, what the point spread will be, who's actually starting and playing in the game.
That's going to be a huge storyline there. What the secondary is going to look like. Hendrickson for the Bengals, who's really their key defensive player.
Yeah.
He's as dominant as any other D end. He'd be going against Theo.
Yeah.
If he goes, that's a completely different game plan, in my opinion, than if he doesn't.
Yes. Yeah. We might get Cole Kmet back, so that'll help Chip.
Yep. He's been practicing.
Help Chip all day. All game long, chipping his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll come up if there's anything in specific that you guys want us to talk about. Don't be afraid. If you're afraid to comment during the show, hit us up afterwards. Be more than happy to cover any topics that you guys might want to. Hopefully, we're doing a good enough job to where we're covering a lot of those topics anyway. We'll break it down by the numbers like we typically do. Throw out a few stats. We'll let you know where everybody's ranking, and then we'll go from there. Yeah. Then we'll give our predictions, as always, share some over and unders, and go from there.
Yeah, and absolutely bring your predictions to the comments as well on our Saturday show. Let us know what you think of how the game's going to end. What did I say?
Saturday.
God.
Yeah. I work on Saturdays, man. It's got to be Sunday.
Me too. Yeah, I work Saturdays as well. But yeah, so I think that about wraps it up for today. Thank you so much. 60 of you. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Thank you for spending the evening with us, listening to us talk Bears. So again, like, subscribe. You see our Twitter handles underneath our little picture windows. Follow us on Twitter. Like and subscribe. Leave comments. Share. Do all of that good stuff. Until next time.
Peace.